Hello and welcome to the Out of the Sandbox video guide to the product page setup, now using Shopify Sections. Today we're going to take a look at the settings associated with configuring your product page if you're using one of the Out of the Sandbox themes that has been updated to use the new Sections interface. And at the time of this recording, that includes Responsive version 6.0, Mobilia version 5.0, Retina 4.0, and Parallax 3.0. So if you're using a previous version of any of these four themes and you would like to take advantage of the new Sections interface, then go ahead and update your theme any of your favorite ways, including heading over to the Shopify App Store and installing the Out of the Sandbox Theme Updater app, which will automatically install an updated version of your theme to your themes panel in an unpublished state. And now that you're using the new Sections interface, you have the opportunity to go in and reconfigure your homepage using far more flexible settings. But we're not talking about the homepage today, we're talking about the product page. So before we actually jump in to take a look at the settings associated with the product page, let's take a look at what we're already working with here on our Shopify admin panel. So here I am on the admin panel of my demo store here, where I can go to the products area here to see that we already have products on the Shopify platform. And these products, as you see, have titles and descriptions, types, vendors, tags, images, prices, some even have variants, all of the various attributes that you would expect to see with a Shopify product. Additionally, these products have been categorized into some collections. Now, if you needed any assistance with adding products to the Shopify platform or categorizing those products into the collections, then check out the Shopify documentation for all of the info that you'll need in that area. And if you're looking for info on configuring your collection page, then check out the collection page video that we have just put out for Shopify Sections. So additional to the products and collections, we also have some menus set up in this navigation area, and you can check out the homepage setup video associated with your theme to see how you can set up a drop-down menu. But pretty much what I'm trying to show you here is that we have created a way of navigating to products through the homepage. So we've created a main menu that has a drop-down that leads to some collections and products here. So again, for more information on setting up navigation and menu, check out that homepage video. But so all that is set up already on the platform. So when I go to Online Store, Themes, and I go to Customize Theme, here we are on the new Sections Settings interface, where we've got a live preview window here on the right, and we have the settings here on the left, which are divided into two areas. We have Sections and General Settings. But the Section settings here are going to show the settings associated with the page that's being displayed in the preview window. So this is the home page. These are the home page sections. We want to see the product page sections. So as I've set up in the navigation, we can go here to this shop drop-down link and head to a collection page. We see the settings change to the collection page settings, and then jump into the product page to see them change to the product page settings. So that is how you give yourself access to the entirety of the product page settings, is by setting up a product and setting up a way of navigating to that product and then accessing it through the settings. So before we actually jump into the Sections settings, let's take a look at some general settings that are associated with the product page. So under General Settings, you'll find those in Product Grid. So let's jump into Product Grid here. And the settings associated with the product page are here in the Product Form area. The Product Form is this area, the Add to Cart button, and the area that surrounds it. So you can add the quantity box to allow your shopper to add multiples of the product to the cart with one Add to Cart button. You can display the inventory of the product remaining, but that's given that the inventory of the product is being tracked on Shopify. So here in the actual product page settings, you will find that we have the inventory policy set to Shopify tracks this product's inventory, and that it has a quantity in here. So that is necessary for this quantity inventory remaining feature to appear. That goes for the enable back in stock request form as well. So this is also contingent on your inventory being tracked by Shopify, and that the inventory level of the product has reached 0. So here we have a sold out product. Let's navigate to it here to see that we have this notify me when this product is available with an email form. So what the shopper does is enter their email address in here if they're interested in this product, and you as the merchant will receive a notification to your account email that is set up through admin settings. That email address will receive a notification including the customer's email address and the information about the product that they're interested in. And that's the extent of the feature. So as far as actually notifying the shopper when the product is back in stock, that is up to you as the merchant to come up with a method for that. So this is just a notification that goes to you, the merchant, not to the shopper. So not only does the product need to have a level of inventory, but that level needs to be at 0, and this feature here of allow customers to purchase this product when it's out of stock would need to be disabled. Now I'd like to show you a product with some variants. So I've created this MacBook sleeve product here, which has some color variants. You see there it's available in both black and in tan. And so I've set that product up to show you this setting here. The option styles, we have the select drop-down list, which will display the variants like this in a regular drop-down. The other option is to have the color swatches display. So I'll enable that here so you can see what the color swatches look like. But as you may see, the actual color of the color swatches, while it does correspond with the name of the color, it doesn't necessarily correspond with the actual color in the product. And in that case, we would like to use custom color swatches instead. So here's how you do that. First, you're going to want some pictures, some PNG images of the color that you're looking to represent. So let's start with tan. The best place I can grab it would be right from this full-size product image. I'm going to use the Shift-Command-4 shortcut key on a Mac to grab a screenshot here of 50 pixels by 50 pixels is what we recommend for the swatch or thereabouts. Great. And I'm going to do the same thing here with the black one. Go to the full-size version and try to find a spot here that has a nice representation of the texture that we're looking to show off. And grab another 50 by 50 square. Great. So those have saved to my desktop. And our next step here is to rename those screenshots. So I'm going to jump over to Finder here and go to these screenshots and rename them black and tan. All right, so with those renamed, let's jump back over to the shop and over to the admin panel, where we can go to Online Store, then to the ellipsis icon, edit HTML CSS, scroll down to Assets, open the Assets folder, and add a new asset. This is where you will then choose those files from wherever they were saved. And the important part to this whole feature is making sure that the name of the file that you're uploading here matches the name of the variant exactly. If the variant title has spaces in it, replace those spaces with hyphens, and replace all capital letters with lowercase letters. So now we have the black and tan PNG added here into our assets. So now we can do a quick refresh in these settings to see that that will replace the default swatch images with these custom swatch images. Following the option style settings, we have this free text setting, which will change any product that's set to $0. It will change the $0 to text of your choice. So something like free sample, and I've just set the price to this to 0 to show you. And it replaces the price here with the text of your choice. So that's where you can control that caption. The size chart here, you can select from various pages. So here on the admin panel, under pages, I have this size guide page. It could be named whatever you want. And it's got this table in it with all of the size guide information. So by selecting that page for the size chart setting, it will appear under this link. And the page will open in a pop-up box like this one. So that's how you use that size guide setting. Besides the product form settings here, we also have some product gallery settings, which are associated with the image appearing here. So right now we have the hover to zoom feature appearing, which shows a full-size version of the image whenever we hover on it. but we also have the ability of changing the gallery to a fade or slide type of animation with a setting here to control the speed between those slides, and it will slide through the other images here in the gallery. Then the position of that gallery itself can be changed left, bottom, or right. So here it is appearing to the left, and here it is appearing to the right. All right, back on my original demo product here so that we can go from the general settings area of the settings to the sections settings. So since we're navigated to a product page, we have access to these product section settings. I'm going to click to expand it, and here they are. So starting from the top, we have the breadcrumb links, which are these links that appear right here. They're also called the collection links on some of the themes. These next two settings, show tags and show types, will show the tags and types down here below the product form. So that can be enabled and disabled, as you see. Additionally, down here we've got the collections to which this product belongs, and it can be enabled and disabled. Just below the product title, we have the vendor and we have the product SKU. Those can both be enabled and disabled. Here we have show social media share icons, which appears here under this share button, which allows shoppers to share this product and its details with their favorite social media platforms. That can be enabled and disabled. Then below that, we have this related items section. The whole section can be enabled and disabled with a setting to control the number of products per row. By default, the items that will appear in the related items section are the items that are in the same collection that the product belongs to, specifically the collection from which you navigated to this product page. I have, however, taken control of these related items, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So here on the admin panel, I'm going to navigate to this particular product, the tan iPad sleeve. And notice that I've added this very specific tag in the tags section, meta-related collection, and then tan sleeve. Tan sleeve needs to match the handle or the collection name of another collection. And it's into that collection that we place all of the products that we would like to relate to this product. So with the tag placed on the product, I then went to the collections platform and created a collection called tan sleeve and included all the tan products and all of the sleeve products, since I figure those are the products that best relate to my tan sleeve product. And by doing that, I have decided which products appear here in the related items section. So you can do the same thing with any number of products in your store, is by adding the meta related collection dash, and then you put in the handle name as a tag to the product, and then creating a collection following that handle name. I'd also like to mention at this moment that the reason the price here is appearing as it does with this price and then this stricken out price, that is because we have created on this tan iPad sleeve product both a price and a compare at price, and the compare at price exceeds the regular price, which means that this product is on sale. So that's the style of the pricing whenever the product is on sale. All right, following along from all of these enableable and disableable settings, we have some positional settings, which will swap the position of the description vis-a-vis the add to cart button, or switch the whole image block here on the left with the description block on the right to swap them out like that. And those are all of the settings that are common to all four of the themes. The Retina theme and the Parallax theme also allow you to set a height of your product image if you would like to constrain it to a certain height, as you see here. Finally, out of the product section settings, I'd like to show you the new sidebar settings that have been created using the Sections platform. It's right down here in this content area. You can add content blocks to the sidebar of your selection that can then be reordered very easily. So in our content selection, we have, these are our options. So I'm going to add each one of these to the sidebar just to show you what each one does. We've got the tag list, which is a listing of tags. You can go ahead and click on these to navigate to a collection page that filters out the store products based on those tags. Similarly, we've got something like that, but with a listing of the collections on the store. Same thing, but with the types of products on the store, and then with the vendors on the store. So those sections, you can add one of each, since they are all predefined lists of links based on certain attributes of the entirety of the products on your store. And as you see, just by clicking and dragging the content blocks, you can change the order in which they appear in the sidebar. The rest of the sections of the sidebar, you can add as many or as few as you'd like. So we've got a menu, and these menus correspond with any of the menus that are set up in the navigation settings. I'm just going to choose this footer menu, for example. Again, we could add another menu. We could add as many menus as we like. Here is a section of text where we have settings for a heading and a text area, and it appears like this in the sidebar. In the text area, you can bold and italicize text. And if you wanted to render text into a new paragraph, use the Enter key. Whereas if you are looking to render text just onto the next line without starting a new paragraph, use Shift-Enter, just like that. The final content block I can show you here is a section of page content. So this reflects any of the pages set up on the Pages platform of Shopify. I'm just going to choose a random page here to show you how that populates the sidebar. Maybe not the best page selection for a sidebar. Not to mention, this sidebar would be too long probably for a product page, but I just wanted to show you all of the options that you have with your sidebar, and keep in mind they can easily be reordered just like that. With the sidebar set up like this, you can also enable this feature, Toggle Sidebar Content. And with that enabled, you will see that each section of the sidebar becomes a toggle that can be expanded and collapsed using the icon beside the title of the sidebar section. Now let's take a look at a few ways that we can make the layout of our product pages a little bit more interesting and a little bit more robust. So here we are on the product page, but I'd like to show you a Mobilia example. So this is from the Sydney sunglasses demo, and as you see, the description here is set up in this tabs layout. Well, we can do the same thing using the out of the Sandbox tab generator, and I'll post a link to this in the description. But what you can do is right down here in this area is actually type in what you want as the tab titles and tab content, and then generate code for it. So first I'm going to go ahead and name each one of these tabs, and then I'm going to go into each one of the tabs and put in a parsed version of the description. So what I've done is I've taken the description from this product, cut it into 3 pieces, and decided which piece is going to go into which tab. Then I'm going to add it to each tab here just by copying and pasting the text. As you see, when we add the text, we also have the ability of adding various styling right here, right within this generator. And once we have our tabs populated as we like, we can go ahead and click Get Code, which will generate this code for us, copy to clipboard. So now it's copied. I'm going to jump over to the product page here on the Shopify platform, enable the HTML editor with this button here, select all of the text that's here currently and remove it, and replace it with the code that was generated for us. I'm going to go ahead and save, then jump over to the page itself and refresh it to see that our description is now into this tab layout. Fantastic. All right, I'll show you another quick feature here. If we'd like this whole description section to appear below the product image instead of beside it, then we can go to the product itself here on Shopify and change the template suffix to product.description-bottom. I'm going to show you what that looks like here with a quick refresh. And now the tab description is appearing below the product. So those are some ways that you can improve the layout and the interest in your product page, but let's go for gold now. We're using the new Sections interface, so we've got all kinds of great options for adding more robust features to our product page. So here is our fairly scant demo that we're working on. We have some tabs going, so that's neat. But then we have the related items section right to the footer. So not a lot of other content. Let's see what other options we have. This is the tan iPad sleeve product on the actual Madrid demo shop. And as you see, as you scroll down, there's all of this extra text, sections of images, all of these extra areas here. And we still have the description up beside the product. So this cannot be accomplished with the product.details product.description-bottom template. Instead, you use the product.details template, as they are telling you right here. I'll show you how to set that up. Here on the admin panel, for the product itself, instead of using the product or the description bottom template, we'll use product.details. Great. Save the product. And then head on into the settings again, where you're going to navigate to that product. Customize theme. I've actually set up a way to navigate to it right here, off of my homepage image. So here we are on the tan iPad sleeve product. The tab description is appearing beside the product, but as we scroll down, we have these 3 new sections. This section here of images, and this text plus image section with dividers between each, set up right here in the settings. So as we scroll down in these product settings, this whole extra area is appearing. So these settings here are associated with that product.details template, and it gives you the ability of editing these types of sections. There are 3 different types of sections for the product page plus the divider. And those sections are the rich text plus image, the image gallery, and the image with text, which are these 3 sections you see. So the first section, we do not have an image included, but we do have a headline and some text. And this text box can be edited just like the other text boxes on the site. The alignment of the text can be altered between left and center, and then the button label can be changed along with the destination, which can go to any link that you paste here, or any of the links from the prepared list of links within your store. That's followed by a divider section that could also display a border. We have this image gallery here where we can upload images of our choice. So it could look something like that once it's populated. Another divider followed by this image plus text section here. So again, we can upload an image and then adjust the layout, whether the image is on the left or the right, and then headline, text, and button sections, just like with this previous section here. Like other content blocks on the sections interface, these blocks can be easily clicked, dragged, reordered, just like this. I'd like to point out that with the product.details template, the settings along the left here are the same, other than the content blocks here, but they do apply specifically to the product.details template. So as you remember, we had our related items section set to 3 items per row previously. Well, it returned to the default on product.details. So just to point out that the settings are separate between those 2 templates, not just the additional settings, but the generic settings as well. Something else to notice is, as much as we have configured the product.details template to reflect this particular product, if we go to another product and set its template to product.details, the features that will appear on that product page are going to be identical to the ones that we set up for the other product. So that might not make sense with what we're doing right now. These are pictures of the sleeve for the iPad, whereas this is a MacBook sleeve product. There is a workaround for this. There is a way of creating additional advanced templates, and I'll show you how. So here we are back to the admin panel, where I'm going to go to the ellipsis icon here to edit HTML CSS. Over here to add a new template, and I'm going to add a product template. I'm going to call it Details 2. Great. Then I'm going to take a look at product details and copy it. And paste it into product details 2, being sure to add a 2 after this product details template section. Save that, and also copy this text. Scroll down to the sections folder here and add a new section. Paste in that title, product details template 2, and create section. Then navigate to product details template.liquid, select all of the code and copy it and paste it into the new section template that you created. And save it. All right, with both of those new templates saved, head on over to your product details page where you can refresh, and you will notice down in the template suffixes you have the ability of adding product.details to, which you can save. Then whenever you're in the actual settings for that particular product, you will notice that you have access to all of those additional settings, but they are separate from the ones that we had already configured. So this product now has the ability to add all of those sections, and they are not the same sections that were appearing on our previous demo product. So that is the next step. That is taking the full, robust product.details template and making copies of it so that you can apply that to additional products and create even more flexible, even more unique, robust descriptions for each of your products. So that pretty much covers all of the capabilities of the product page using the new Shopify Sections interface. If you had any questions or you hit any snags, head on over to support.outofthesandbox.com where you can ask your question and take a look at the plethora of resources that we already have there to help you out. Thank you very much for joining me for this video guide. My name is Sean Campbell. Take care.